Trump says NATO's new 5% defense spending pledge a big win. NATO leaders have agreed to ramp up defense spending to 5% of their country's economic output by 2035, following months of pressure from Donald Trump. The US president described the decision, taken at a summit in The Hague, as a big win for Europe and Western civilization. Members said in a joint statement that they were united against profound security challenges, singling out the long-term threat posed by Russia and terrorism. NATO leaders reaffirmed their ironclad commitment to the principle that an attack on one NATO member would lead to a response from the full alliance. However, the statement did not include a condemnation of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as it had a year ago. No one should doubt our capacity or determination should our security be challenged, said NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte. This is a stronger, fairer and more lethal alliance that our leaders have begun to build. The US president had earlier appeared to raise questions about the security guarantee, referring to various definitions of Article 5. But Trump said after the summit, "I stand with Article 5. That's why I'm here." The Hague summit has been described by several leaders as historic, and Rutte said decisions made on Wednesday would include continued support for Ukraine while pushing for peace. The commitment to raise defense spending over 10 years involves at least 3.5% of each member state's GDP on core defense expenditure by 2035, plus up to 1.5% on a broadly defined series of investments loosely connected to security infrastructure. The US president hailed the summit, the first he has attended since 2019, as a big success. He had said earlier that the hike in spending would be a great victory for everybody, I think. "We will be equalized shortly, and that's the way it has to be." Spain in particular had objected to the 5% target ahead of the meeting. Economy Minister Carlos Cuerpo said Madrid was making an enormous effort to reach a target of 2.1%, and the discussion about the percentage is misguided. As the leaders gathered for the traditional family photo, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez appeared to stand by himself at the far end of the group. Nevertheless, Sánchez later went ahead and signed NATO's statement, maintaining that it was sufficient, realistic and compatible for Madrid to meet its commitments while paying less. The Belgian government had also expressed reservations, but Prime Minister Bart de Wever told reporters that while it would not be easy, 3.5% within 10 years is a realistic goal.